Okay, hi everybody. It's Julia Mills. Sorry we're a little delayed here. It is nice to be with you today, and I am continuing my interview series with people that have absolutely affected my life in such a positive way. And this morning I have Lori Charette, who is one of the top business leaders in our company and our team, and she is zooming in today from Denver, Colorado. So welcome, Lori.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We're going to learn a lot from Lori today. We only have about 15 minutes, so we're going to get right into it. I'm going to read Lori's biography. She and I met at my first event in San Antonio, Texas, and from the very moment I met Lori, she was this like beacon of light in this beautiful room of entrepreneurial women. And since then, we've been fast friends for the last 6 years. So this is fantastic. Thanks for being here and sharing your wisdom. Okay. So Lori Charette is a proud mom of two amazing daughters. She's originally from Florida. She was subjected to the 2010 economy crash that left her life devastated, losing everything. I'm sorry to hear that, and would love to hear how you've, you know, turned that around. So especially now. So trying to find work, she landed in South Dakota of all places, and that's where LifeVantage found her. As a serial entrepreneur, Lori has owned a few small traditional businesses in the past, but she has never participated in the direct selling industry or network marketing. For her, partnering up with LifeVantage was simply starting a new business that she was super passionate about and is even more today. When she first learned about LifeVantage, she knew it was a game changer and has reached the elite ranks of the company. Today, she is massively grateful for the miracle that came into her life. Lori currently resides in Colorado, and her drive and passion for life fuels her as she is on a mission to impact others by sharing the gift and opportunity of LifeVantage, as it has totally changed her stars. So thanks again for being here and being at the elite ranks in our company. What that means is that Lori and her team generate over $100,000 in sales per month, which is quite an achievement, and knows what she's talking about and is here to teach us as she teaches her team and all of us to be better in business and what we can do to help others. So thank you for being here, Lori, and take us back to
Such a pleasure.
2010. Yeah, and how things started and how you got to where you were today.
Wonderful. Yeah, we kind of have a little taste of remembering what happened back then with what we're going through right now. And I had, when we had spoken earlier, yeah, I'm reflecting big time. You know, I'm so amazingly grateful that a stranger shared a gift with me, and that I didn't have preconceived notions about an industry I was unfamiliar about, right? And when we say it changed my stars, my goodness, you know, it changed it so dramatically. But even now, because of the space that we're in today, I can even have more gratitude of knowing that I'm not subjected to the things that I was subjected to 10 years because of where I am today, right? So I kind of call myself a serial entrepreneur. I've had multiple small businesses, and then I had a couple big ones. I say big ones, still local businesses, but you know, the last one I had was 7 years. We were just, you know, getting strong and doing well. But it was a marketing and advertising company. And so because of the type of business it was, I kind of took a hard hit about a year in advance before anything happened, because that's the first thing that gets skimmed off the top, right? And but what I did was, not knowing how hard it was going to hit and how long it was going to last, you know, it's your business, right? That's your baby. And you just try to get creative, you know, you keep moving forward, and you try to learn how to get over the speed bumps, and what can I do differently? And that was my focus, right? Is to push through it. And unfortunately, it was bigger than me and a lot of people. And I ended up losing, you know, my business, my home, my car, my insurance, my retirement. I lost it all. There was total devastation, right? And in order to find work, just because we couldn't get work locally, everybody was closing doors, you know, nobody was hiring. I ended up in the Midwest, and that was kind of a strange thing for a Florida girl. And it was certainly not a happy time. This found me I'd say 3 to 4 years in the aftermath. And it's not a party after you lose everything, right? There's a lot of stuff a lot of stress going on. But I'm one of those ones that my motto is I got to go through it to get through it. And what that means is it's total blind faith, right? Because I knew that if I stopped and I allowed myself to worry and think about it, that it would drag me back and suck me in, right? So
Yeah.
I just had to keep powering through, not even knowing what was on the other side.
So what were
And I
you
was so,
doing when you got out of that and that 2 to 3 years aftermath? Because I mean, I've been there too. I have been there. I know what you're talking about, and you're trying everything to survive, really. So
yeah,
what did you do during that time? And then who was the stranger that shared
yeah.
some information with you, and how were you open enough to even listen to it? I'd love to know that.
Right. And that's just very ironic too. And it isn't ironic. We know that this was a carefully orchestrated path, right? And it's kind of, and that's the interesting thing too, is to understand that where we are today, there's always something comes out of, no matter where we are, in what stage we are in life, we can always reflect back and see sometimes how it was carefully orchestrated, right? And we will survive, we will make it. But one of my daughters came up and we opened up a salon, and here we had the restart button, right? And so we were just kicking in our heels. We were a year and a half new. We were in a local mall, and then we got this word, the rumors that a big department chain was going to come into the mall. And they did. They came into the wing that we were in, and there were 6 businesses booted out, and we were one of them. And I can't even begin to tell you what's going through your mind at that point, because you've already lost everything. Where do you go from here? How did I get here now? Right? A lot of things go through your head. But there were so many times I was on my knees in prayer because I didn't have an answer from that point. The economy had shifted in such a great way that at 50 years old, your choices changed at that time because of the economy shift, right? And so
Mhm.
knowing what I could have and would have been able to do before was a little bit questionable now. And so prayers, deep prayers, because I just didn't know. And I had very strong concerns, right? And a stranger, a couple came in, they came in for services. I didn't know them and they didn't know me, but they shared something with me. And it happened to be, at first they were sharing a health opportunity. And if you remember, for the first time I was without insurance. I didn't have insurance for the first time in my life. So when I heard this very amazing new medical breakthrough that had such a powerful effect on our health, preventative health, right? That's what got my attention. I couldn't afford to get sick. So it was a no-brainer for me. But I was so incredibly excited about it. I don't have what you have, Julia. I don't have the background in the medical industry and health and all of that. But I heard enough to know how important it was. And I was blown away. And I just knew that I had to share with my family and friends. Like, that was it. And that really was the determining factor for me to partner up with the company. I didn't see the business opportunity just because I've never been exposed to this before. And again, I'm grateful that I hadn't, because I didn't have any preconceived notions about an industry I wasn't aware of.
How did you
And so
use your marketing and advertising background then? And you opened a salon, so you know how to market your business and your services, and try to give customers what they need. Listen to trying to solve solutions. Anyway, how did you take what you did and apply it to this industry and not worry about?
huge, huge. I have grown to learn that my background has been a wonderful impact in what I'm doing. Overcoming objections is so easy for me, because when you have your own business, you have to know how to do that. You have to know to pick up and keep moving forward and moving forward. Whereas people who don't have that background, sometimes a simple hiccup can paralyze them, right? And
Mhm.
so it really helps me with my team to help coach my team on circumstances that happen, and really put them back into perspective and realize they're not really as it appears, and what the main focus is, right? Go through it to get through it, and all of those things. Yeah, it really did make a difference.
Excellent. So with that, was there a turning point in so right away, you were one of the rare people probably, and I was the same. When I saw the
Yeah.
ABC News investigative report, I thought, oh my gosh. And I had been working with doctors for years, and I just never seen anything like it. I thought, this is something everybody needs to know about. I just immediately knew that. You immediately knew that, right?
Yes.
But then we understand this company, and this company publicly traded, one of the very few, and with such integrity, board of directors, and really just year after year growth, and just a mission of purpose, right? It's just an
Right.
incredible culture. But was there a point in time that you decided, I'm going to do this full time? I'm going to make this happen?
Heck yeah, it was right out of the gate. And
Was
I'm
it?
like you, when I heard it, I was in. That was it. I mean, you know, at the time, it wasn't even my circumstances. It literally is that business mindset that I had, or, you know, from the past. And here I am shutting down one. I was blown away by what I heard. And I just made the decision to partner in. And I just went out in my mind sharing. I didn't realize I was building a business. But it's like you said, it's having the ability to really impact lives in such a powerful way. I always say when we're little, we say that, you know, I want to grow up and save the world. And then we grow up and we're trying to save ourselves, right? And that happened to me. And now I have this opportunity, and we have this opportunity, that ripple effect, right?
Mhm.
You know, and my first event that I went to, that was my takeaway. My goodness, I'm going to be able to bless lives of people I will never, ever, ever meet. And that's pretty powerful, right?
It's
But
a mind shift, though. It's a mind shift because we came from the very competitive, you know,
yes,
I'm going to win, you're going to lose. This is the exact opposite.
it
And
is.
the more
And
you,
knowing that we are with a company
yeah,
that has the validation that it has, that we have a product that has the validation it does, that takes all the, what I call the angst away. I
mhm,
don't have to go out and try to prove anything. I can rest in the comfort of knowing that we are protected, and that, um, in that everything's already been proven, right? I don't have to prove anything. I just have to point people to see
mhm,
what we have, right? And so what that does is it just allows us to be excited about what we have and really understand the power of what we have, so we can go out and share. It's just a matter of, you know, we don't, I just love that we're not, I'm from a selling industry. I don't have to sell anything. All I have to do is just share the information, because we know that everybody deserves to at least hear about it. And,
mhm.
you know, and it's like, it's that simple. And
Yeah,
most people can wrap their heads around it pretty quickly, like we did, right? It's like, it's a new way of thinking, and it's just understanding that technology is changing, even
yeah,
in our health,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. We want to continually advance and continually learn. It was the
sure.
first time in my entire career that I heard physicians say they had a moral responsibility to share something. I have never
Absolutely.
in my life heard anything close to that. And that is something that is very important
And
to,
that is very powerful for where we are today.
yeah.
I did a coaching call last night, and I just said, how can we not? How can we know what we know in today's world, in this new space? And people are afraid. And it's not like we're not subjected. We can't get any disease, right? It's just we're not afraid. And being able to remove some of that fear and allow people that they can have an extra layer of protection for
Yeah.
their health and their family's health. Well, how can we not give that to them? Not only that, because of where I came from, losing everything 10 years ago, and because people are facing new challenges with the work, you know, either being out of work, let go from work, or working from home. Some people are now part-time, right? We're 5 months in, and
Mhm.
we know that 3 months
Yeah.
is a defining factor.
Yeah.
Most people, professionally or business wise, are going to have a hard time making up for that. 3 months we can recover, but after that it gets very critical. And so for me, reflecting back on where I was hopeless, and I was hopeless because I could not figure out how to get out. I didn't have control of getting a new job because we couldn't.
Mhm.
So we are in a position that we can offer hope, and that is huge. And so for me, how can we not share? It's not about building the business anymore, right? It's about humanity.
Yeah. Oh, God bless you. I mean, really bless you, and thank you. And our
Yes.
time is up. But if you have one last thing to say to somebody who is hearing this maybe for the first time, and wondering, so what do I do with this information? I mean, what would you tell somebody?
You know, I would say we are in challenging times, but stay focused. Uh, Sit down and decide what you want and what you don't want. Because then you have something positive to focus on, so you can move forward, right? It's that go through it to get through it. It allows you to focus forward instead of worrying and going backwards. And that's very powerful. It will be a challenge in itself just to be able to do that. But reach out and know that there are other opportunities, and that there is hope but reach out. It's not, it doesn't come, well, it came to me. It will find you, but reach out.
Right, right. If yeah, get information.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Lori, thank you. Thank you for everything you
Thank
do.
you so much.
Yes. And we'll see you really soon. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Bye.